Appreciate you sticking around. It'll be worth your while. You're all going to get a free membership. We're going to show you exactly how to do PocketExperts.Solutions, how you can increase your program, how you can put together a incredible opportunity for your clients and make this a win-win-win situation for not only you as a CPA firm and increasing the value of your CPA firm by increasing the value of your clients. And we're going to show you how to do that. And then ultimately, at the end of the day, we're going to make it extremely affordable to be able to leverage the most talented individuals that I know of that have built the programs here at NACVA for the last 30 years. And it doesn't cost you anything but a membership. And ultimately, we're going to show you how that your clients that may not even be able to afford this to help them grow will be able to afford it through the affiliation program. And by them being able to refer it to a handful of their friends and colleagues, it'll pay for their particular membership as well. So we're going to show you how not only you can generate some additional income, but how we can put a voice literally all around the world. And I want you to focus on this picture for 1 second. That literally took me a while to find because that's exactly what we're doing. We're giving voices all around the world, and we're bringing experts in that are here in Chicago, whether they be Brazil or Argentina or Chile or anywhere in the world. They'll have the ability to have a voice, and we're going to be able to teach business owners and be able to bring that information. Bennett in South Africa, for example, we're going to bring experts from the United States and help everybody in South Africa grow their businesses, right? And in retrospect, they're going to be able to give us some information and show that how it all works. And that communication is going to be priceless. What you see here is something that we've built over 8 years. We put in a little over $4 million to put it together, and this is for real. And we're handing it to you. And we're going to do it for a bigger reason because we're going to change the world. We're going to help small businesses grow all over the world, 15, 20, 30%. And you're part of that story. We're going to show you how, instead of getting a single event called evaluation engagement into a consulting series called the Book of Business. How many accounting firms do we have, right? Everybody loves that book of business. Everybody loves having taxes and audits. Let me ask you a question. You get done with tax season, you made some money with those taxes. How much did the value of your company go as a result of doing those taxes? How about nothing, right? It was the same before you started as after you started, and you just generated some cash. But what if you were able to take the bottom 20 of your C clients and turn them into B's and A's? And if you did that working with them, not only would you have them for a lifetime, but now the value of your CPA firm just went up, right? And what we're going to show you is how you could use a team to leverage. Chris Mercer was just getting to the point where you saw the consolidation in the industry, right? With that consolidation means one of two things: competition. Art's going to speak about the competition as we go forward. It's going to be exciting where you're going to be able to compete with some of the best without any additional capital infusion. It's going to be unique. Myself and Bob Grossman put this program together. We brought in Chris Hamilton and Garth Tibe, and the four of us with the combined 30 years each experience of not only training the CVAs and building that program, but building very successful practices. We're bringing that all to you. The idea was, how can we leverage ourselves and share it with the world as we continue to go forward and help you get confidence in what you're doing to be able to generate $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year. It's up to you how many engagements you want to sign up, right? So let me show you a little bit about how this works. I'm going to go and take you to the website. This is PocketExperts.Solutions. We're in the consultancy collection, right? The consultancy collection, that name was branded with a lot of thought. These are not courses. These are literally hours of consulting with the idea of the expert answering the top 10 questions on any given topic, but talking as if they were sitting to their client across the table, okay? And the goal here is for them to be able to internalize that information so that they can then take it to the next level. And that's where you all come in. We can get you there 80%. but they got to internalize it, apply it to what's custom to them, and the coaches come in and get them over the finish line, right? So now you have the ability to set up 5, 6, 10 different consulting engagements. And we're going to show you how you can use the leverage as we go forward. So as we continue to come down, you'll see that we have a series of different topics. Learn more, that's taking control of your cash flow. That's a whole series about putting a flash report in the hands of the business owners every Monday morning and teaching them how to run his business instead of dealing with the aftermath, crisis after crisis after crisis. So it's all very, very important for you to understand that as you continue to go forward, that you can give control to the business owner and they can control this in real time. It's an enormous program. Then you have the VIP program, how to increase the value of your company. We have basic financial and forensics. Daryl Durrell was here. He was talking about some of that. His programs are in this system. The VIP program was designed and developed by Garth Tebay as he sits there to this day. And we have 56 chapters inside of the VIP program to help minimize your unsystematic risk and help achieve your cash flows, identify value drivers, everything you need to know to help your business owners become much more successful and much more valuable. We have action plans to gain your employees. Michael Gregory put this whole package together, and he has this entire series on how to help employees and employers work together to not only expand and continue to adapt, but to go forward and be able to accelerate your staff so that you can keep those high-end employees, get them trained, and continue to have them as part of your team. Okay. All right, so now what we have here, we have estate planning, right? So if there's issues you need with estate planning or your contracts, we have some of our best attorneys put together information on contracts and various other things that your clients may need to look at. What are some of the pitfalls? What are some of the things they're looking for their estate program? Let me show you a little bit more about how this works. As you go through, we have starting a business and building a business and growing a business and exiting a business. All the different chapters that we have within each one of these different topics as you go forward. We have sales tax. We brought in Mark Stone from New York, one of the best sales tax guys in the country. And he put together a 10-part series, 10 hours on sales tax, the nexus, how you have to develop your nexus. If your clients are developing websites and putting together transactions over state lines, what do you need to do? Where do you need to start? What do you need to do? They need to watch that sales tax videos, patents. How about some financial planning, asset protection? Anybody need some asset protection with various trusts? We have some of the best in the country giving you some insight on how you can help them protect those particular assets. We have it on Bitcoin and currency. Avi, let me tell you a little bit of a story about Avi. Avi's one of the greatest people I know on Bitcoin, and Garth has a story. Why don't you tell him the story that we actually went through with Bitcoin?
So a client called me up one day. This has probably been what, Mark, about a year ago or so.
About a year ago.
And said, do you know anybody that can help me with Bitcoin? Or, yes, current thing. And so I said, absolutely. So I get a hold of Mark and I said, can we get a hold of Avi and can we get him in touch with our client? And Mark said, absolutely. Well, lo and behold, this is all transpiring, everyone, in 2 hours. Avi's in India. He's in India. Mark gets a hold of him. He gets a hold of my client. This is all happening within 2 hours. What do you think that client thought about me being able to do that?
We had that problem solved in less than 2 hours with the staff and the people that we had from halfway around the world. When I tell you we're going around the world, I'm not kidding. When I tell you we have access around the world, we're not kidding. When I tell you that this is going to be something like you've never seen before, you're not kidding, right? I'll give you a statement from Wolfgang out in Germany. He heads up the entire European chapter. He saw this last week. I was on the phone with him for an hour, and he says, I need to get this to all of my business owners all over Europe, all over Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. Because this is going to help them. Not everybody needs it, but a lot of people that have small, closely held companies, it's essential. He told me this looks like it could be the Amazon of business consulting in 10 years. I firmly believe that. because what we can put in this is unlimited. How we can develop this is unlimited. And who wants to contribute is unlimited up to their talent, right? All the people that have contributed, we've had decades of relationships with. We know the individuals that are in this site. We know the people that are here, and they're the best that we could come together with. So ultimately, we would like to keep those standards high. As you go through, I'd like to share with you one little concept here. Let's go into learn more on this particular site. As you go in, you'll see that we have various different items here. One of them is a book, right? Inside that book, you open it up, and you have all the chapters that we have on the topics for every one of the different items inside of the value of your company. As you go through it, you'll see that there's actually another page, and there's 56 different chapters. If you want to see what that particular item is about, you click on that particular chapter. Well, let me get on the book here. And it opens up the actual questions that you're looking for on that chapter. When you sign up, this book becomes a PDF. You can send this book to everybody in your firm and your clients, and they can select the questions and the concerns. So let's say, for example, you want your payables people to watch the payables or inventory, or you want your other people that are doing production information. You can do it. One license trains all, right? So if you have 200 people, we had people that have 200 employees, but it's made up of a lot of 10-person groups. They were excited and they wanted the information, right? We had people from 2 all the way up to 200 in our market survey, correct? That wanted outstanding information, and they wanted this product line. We did the demographics. We have over 100 million companies worldwide that need this service that fit our demographics. 100 million. Our goal is to put 100,000 business owners in here in the next 12 to 15, 16 months. 100,000 business owners that we could start helping tomorrow, right? All connected. We're going to have chat rooms in here. We're going to have the ability for them to communicate with each other, both worldwide and industry-wide. They're going to be able to do the entire concept of affiliate marketing, where they can have their own dashboard and check out exactly how much money they're making on a referral that will automatically be paid to them upon the completion of a transaction for a membership. So if they need to take care of their membership or they need to pay for their membership, they can do it very easily. They'll get their own separate code. They give the code to the individual that they're sharing the program with. As long as they sign up through that particular code and that link, it's done, right? It's all put together. So you can kind of see how all this is coming together. The site is amazing. It took us 8 years. The first 6 years we had the first Pocket Experts. How many saw the first Pocket Experts? A handful of you guys, right? We tore it down and rebuilt it. And this is 1,000 times better than what we had before, right? And people are really excited about the possibilities, but even more than that, we need to change the script, right? The script that we're talking about is very much important. We used to be able to say, we do valuation work, a valuation document based on the needs of our tax or audit people, right? And that's how they pretty much got their work. They had 1, 2, 3, or 4 different types of reports a year, and that was pretty much the valuation practice. However, switch it around and become the consultant and help them increase the value, make those better clients for your firm. Not only are you enhancing the value of your firm, but now you become a primary driver of the revenue within that firm, and you're no longer just an add-on. You are the key member that is now increasing the value of your clients and becoming the most valued components, even more than tax or audit, right? So you change the narrative, you change the culture, you change the dynamic, and your clients will notice. You start asking them about increasing the value of their company. And what do you think they're going to say? I want you all to go back to your client base and start asking them, what would you do if we can help you increase the value of your company by 15, 20% in the next year? Are you interested? You want to have a conversation? I challenge anyone who hear them say no. They won't, right? And away they go. And then if they say they can't afford it, you got it under control. For $1,599, 4 hours of consulting fees, they get 300 hours to train their team. And that's just the beginning, right? That's just the beginning. So you have a massive opportunity to help change the culture, help change the value of your company going forward. With that, I'd like to bring up Garth and have him kind of explain the next thing that we have going in Pocket Experts, and that's how to build your book of business.
So a lot of you are like myself, and you've done hundreds, if not over 1,000 valuations over the years. And I've watched those valuation clients get completed and then disappear. It didn't even cross my mind over these 50 some years of actually putting together a plan to keep those clients. Right? It's well over 1,000 I could have had as active clients if I would have just realized that this type of a scenario enables me to be able to provide the consulting. We were all trained in valuation. We know what causes a value driver. We know how to measure risk. We know how to measure cash flow. We can just take those particular things, skills that we've been taught, and re-engineer them and apply them to our clients. So I'm going to challenge you with this particular topic. There's so many ways to use it, but I'm just going to give you two examples. For every valuation you do going forward, identify 3 risk factors or declines in cash flow, which is driving value. And then when you go out to go over the exit conference with the client, bring those 3 items with you. Explain to the client that these 3 are the top 3 items that's dragging the value down. And you have a solution. You have a collaborative effect with experts in Pocket Experts that can identify the strategies and also the training for their staff as well as your staff. So the key is we're not having to add more people. We don't have to go out and get a consulting department all staffed up of overhead and then wait for the business to come in. We don't have to do that. But what we can do is stop letting the business go away. Out of over 1,000 valuations that I've done in 50 years, a very small portion was repetitive work. And even the repetitive work, which would be ESOPs, some private equity group work, it usually lasts about 8 years, and then it goes away. So our business has been pretty much a hunter and gatherer business. And this is a suggestion to you as how you could maybe develop recurring revenue and expand the revenue of your practice and the cash flow. I've got one more for you. I saw some hands on CPA firms. I started a CPA firm right out of college, grew it up to 40 people, and at one time I had 4 certified valuators on staff. I mean, it was a strong business. And those of you that have that, you're in a position to go to your files and start to just take one topic. Mark talked about agreements. How many buy-sell agreements do you have in your client list that need updated? They're pathetic, frankly. And you have the skills to update those with the attorney and also really focus on the language for the valuation, how you value the firm in the event of one of the triggering events. Take 5, 10 clients, go out to see them, talk about Pocket Experts. It's a collaborative effect for you to be able to use those skills and training to be able to help them with that particular issue. I suggest you're going to get a lot of them that are going to say, I like this, especially when you say you can train their staff, their team. So Mark showed you a lot of potential topics. This is a way that you can expand your business.
You know, one of the things that's really encouraging about all that is you go from hunting job after job after job to the ability to establish a $200,000 or $300,000 a year book of business and continue that on so that you're not at zero every January 1st, right? And, you know, when I was working with an accounting firm, that was the one thing that I always got hounded on was how is the book of business? How are you going to continue on? Because that's what they know, right? That's the foundation, the book of business, from the number of taxes they do to the number of audits that they do. And now you can have consulting packages. Every one of those chapters that we had is easy, a $2,500 to $5,000 engagement, every single one of them. And they've been designed that way. And you inform them, and you don't have to go there. You can have a Zoom meeting. You can put on Chris Hamilton explaining the value drivers for them. As they continue doing the value drivers, all you got to do is have your clients watch the Zoom meeting, and if they're interested, you sign them up and you start going through their individual value drivers as you go forward. It's that simple. But what did you do? Instead of spending 5 or 6 hours with every client trying to achieve a result, and maybe they're not interested, you did it in 1 hour. And then you found out who was really available for you, and it really leverages the ability to generate additional revenue. One of the other things that's really kind of amazing is on the site that we currently have right now, we have over 300 hours of some of the world's leading experts answering thousands of questions on hundreds of topics in 17 different areas. That's just the start. I have 200 more hours that we haven't even put onto the system yet. And in addition to that, we have another program that we're going to talk about here shortly. It's a sister program to this called coachescorner.coach. See, the piece that's missing here is the live events. And we have the ability to have live events, not only here, but anywhere around the world in any language that we'd like. And we can help do that through a lot of specialty type of sites. And we're going to show you how to do that because next week on Thursday, we are going to put together a 1-hour presentation that goes through the details and answers all your questions if you want to, right? And we'll set that up because this isn't really intended to be that format. You'll have your membership, you'll be able to go through it, you can see it, and then ultimately you'll be productive with some questions and some Q&As and whatever you'd like to go through. We'll be able to do that so that we make sure that you're very successful and you get a great start when you're going through this process. Art, how would you like to talk a little bit about retaining some of those smaller clients and then growing them into larger ones?
Okay, so I've had the opportunity in my career to grow a CPA firm to the point where I had an audit partner and I had a tax partner, and I took and ran with the consulting side of the practice. You know, didn't really know a lot about that, but I was tenacious and really wanted to be able to help. And over the years, I've built easily $250,000, $400,000 a year just in consulting. And those clients depend on me constantly. They call all the time. So you become the go-to person. If you could take those really top clients, you understand the issues that they need, the areas that they need help, and you go out and tell them, I not only know the areas you need help, but I've got some tools that will help your team as well as us to be able to solve these issues. You're going to turn a compliance client into a long-term client. If you say to yourself, we just don't have any time. We're having trouble just getting the tax returns out. I mean, we're working all the way through October 15th. My response to you is get rid of some of those clients, especially the low fee clients and the clients that are really a pain, and free up your staff to be able to do this type of work. And you're going to retain your staff. You're going to rebuild clients to a much higher value, and you're going to retain those clients. They're going to talk to their buddies, and they're going to say, you ought to see this guy. He can really show you something. and you're going to get referrals out of that. It's a mindset. I've got one more thing to sort of talk about, Mark. And when I started in practice, Michael, I had a pretty small market area. I think we all did. You know, maybe my market area was 100 miles to 200-mile circle, something of that nature. Well, I don't know if it was COVID, maybe that was the catalyst that started some of this, but that market has changed, totally changed. And we no longer compete with our buddies locally that we've known for years. We're competing with national firms. Now, they don't want your 1040 clients. They don't want your write-up clients. In fact, Ernst & Young, January of 2024, stopped the monthly financial statement work. They want your big clients, and they want your best staff. Now, they're going to your clients as we're speaking, and they're saying, we have the resources to offer you to grow the value of your business and solve problems that you encounter over the years as you grow the business and help you gain the opportunities that are available to you. Yes, they're going to pay more, but the client is going to think for a second, they have the resources I need. And the smaller firms are going to say, how can we compete in that? We don't have, you know, all these resources. And so you run the risk of losing your largest clients. This is a way to retain those clients through the collaborative effect. You've got experts that are giving you information. You've got training tools for your staff and your clients' team. So we need to change. We need to change how we run these practices and get a lot more interested in using our staff properly, using their skills properly, and being able to really help our clients in the areas that they need. Yes.
So in the turnaround world, we call those grind houses, professional firms that have just developed themselves into being a grind house. So
one of the things that we're going to talk about now is marketing. And one of the things that I'd really like to do is introduce you to Janae Castile and Trish Garth Hefner. I called her and actually had to practice that because if you saw how it was spelled, it's fun.
13 letters.
13
so.
letters.
Yeah.
It goes for a while, right? I'm like, Trish, I have to give you the honor. So anyhow, one of the things I want to talk to you about is we're going to also reach out to our veterans. We're going to do a lot of work with the veterans and help them get their small businesses going and cranking it forward. We're also working out with minority people, and we're going to get some minority businesses moving a lot here in the United States. And then in addition to that, these young ladies are going to head up the women-owned businesses, and they're going to help women-owned businesses, and I'll let them have the floor.
Okay, so I'm going to let Trish go first and introduce us. Yes. So my name is Trish Garth Hefner. I'm the owner and operator, founder of Anchor Business Valuations and Financial Services. I started my business in 2013 as a single mom and wanted to be able to do what I love for a living and be able to have the autonomy to do it on my own. So I know and relate completely to what Mark is saying in terms of training staff and having individuals have that kind of knowledge and power that they need to have through the knowledge. And a lot of times I'll have clients in particular, especially in the area in Florida where I am within and just across the board actually in demographics, need to have a further understanding of what I do and what I'm suggesting that they look into for their businesses. So that's where Mark and myself have been talking at great lengths about Pocket Experts and all the value that it brings to the table. And there's just a lot to be said about the organization, especially when marketing as a woman-owned business, to be able to say, this is a platform that I can support, that I back 100%, that I have content within, and that I know the individuals that are presenting on this website and know that the information that you'll be learning about is going to help you and your business and be able to just extend your wealth to areas and realms that you did not have the capacity to understand prior. So
Great. So like Trish, I went off and I started my own firm about 7 years ago after working under some great people, working with some great people. And I am so grateful for the support that I've received throughout my career, especially from some of the leading males in, say, the NACVA. But I'm so excited to create a space for women, by women, to help women succeed, to give us the tools and the resources, to have someone that's been there and understands what you're going through, to leverage what we know and what we've experienced for our success, for the success of our clients, for the success of our employees and all of the people in our circles of influence. As women, we face some unique challenges, some unique and some universal, but, being, a girl boss, a career woman, as well as potentially an ever-present mommy, there are, women that have a completely different set of circumstances than that. And balancing those pressures societally and those expectations sometimes is just a different experience. So I am really excited to partner with Mark and with Garth and with the team at Pocket Experts to kind of have this this potential to grow together and work together and kind of create something where we can all succeed together.
well said.
Okay.
Thank you. Always.
Got more. I have notes and notes upon notes.
Yes, she does.
I just wanted to talk about being in various forms of continuing professional education across various formats. I'm very excited about this platform and the potential that it has, and especially for women who own businesses and run businesses. And like I said, kind of balancing different pressures. And that can be true for men as well as women, but just women working kind of around kids' schedules and being able to access content as they're running a business or starting a business, being able to access that content at their leisure, at their convenience, when it makes sense for them, and not having to kind of mold around this 9 to 5 or just when maybe a consultant is in the office, I think makes a tremendous amount of sense, and really, I believe, will help women that may be on the fence about whether or not they can do this or not, to be able to say, you know what, okay, I've got the resources, I can get to these things when I have the time available, when I choose that it works for me, I can jump on, and I've got all of these courses, all of this content and knowledge from leading experts in the field, from other women who have been there and walked this path. I've got access to women that can mentor me and say, hey, I've been there. This is, how I got through it. These are some strategies, or just being there to listen. I think too, as women, sometimes we're very curious, very, we're good students, right? We like to learn. I love to learn. I don't know, my daughter loves to learn. She loves to read.
Yeah,
we like to
I agree.
just gather everything that we can, right? So, I think it makes a lot of sense to have all of this on a platform, and you see, okay, I need to know how to do this. And then finding, there are all these other pieces that I didn't even know I needed to know. And having that, I think, can be truly transformative to the women that are running businesses, and also to those of us who are in the consulting realm, helping these women to succeed.
Great job. I concur. Thank you, Mark.
So I just want to share one more thing with you. If you go to the PocketExperts.Solutions site, and you'll see there's an affiliation page. This is brand new. We have now brought in all of the associations from NACVA. They have all of them from around the world with their links, the ability for everybody to contact everybody within those organizations and be able to get the help that they need. And we're going to be working hand in hand. Bennett from South Africa is here. Congratulations. Why don't you stand up for a minute here, Bennett? give me one word on what you think is going on here.
This is brilliant. At one point, I had to value a gold concession, which I had never done before. And I don't know whether you know Jim Cathy from
Yeah.
Canada. In fact, that was the first time I brought him to Ghana, to Africa, and then we got the work done. I mean, it was just fantastic. The client was very happy. We were also very happy because we got a job done. So, and what also I do is that, because even though I'm based in Ghana, I operate across Africa. And I get called from Namibia. There was one time that there was an opportunity to value activated charcoal. There was some Greek, project that had to be valued and that, but I don't have the expertise. So what we do, even currently, is that we have a network of professionals that we call associates. So we don't have all the skill set within the firm, and we work with them. So I think we have an opportunity to do what we are not able to do because we don't have the expertise. I mean, the knowledge is out there, and I believe the Pocket Expert is going to give us an opportunity to do what ordinarily we wouldn't have been doing in Ghana and also across Africa.
Yeah, we're bringing you the best at a very
I'm
affordable price.
really very excited about this.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great. Thank you. Mike, you want to just say one real quick word? And it has to be quick, sorry.
It has to be quick.
You give Mike a mic and it's like me, he'll talk for another 3 hours, but I promise
That's
you,
right.
you'll get to dinner here.
Yeah, you never want to hand me the microphone unless
I
you're
know.
serious about it. No, this is just an unbelievable opportunity, and it's really going to make a difference for all of us and all of our clientele and all of our referral sources and all of the people that we serve. And I'm looking forward to great things.
Yeah, it's
And-
gonna be fun.
It's going to be beyond fun.
Yeah. And we're happy to share with all you guys. As you see the site, when you get a chance, you go on, you'll see all the different affiliations for the associations. And then below that, we have company affiliations. We will have approximately 50 companies here with decades of relationships and trust. And we're going to get at least 5 from each one of the different chapters around the country, around the world, so that they have people that they can rely upon to contact in their areas of the country. So we'll set that all up.
Mark,
Then they'll have the chat rooms and they'll have all these wonderful things to be able to go forward. Yeah.
can I add that we're also looking for members to add content?
Yeah.
I wrote the VIP program, the Value Improvement Program. Our platform enables up to 4 people to participate on each topic. I would really love to have some people participate in the Value Improvement Program and not just have me. I mean, so I think this is another opportunity for your firm to be able to have a worldwide voice that you otherwise wouldn't have.
Now, let's get to the other part you guys are all excited about, because once I show you this, then you're all going to walk out and go to dinner. So here we go. You go to the website, PocketExperts.Solutions, right? You hit getting started. You come on down through the process. There's a little coupon code here, right? Watch what happens to the $15.99 when I put in NACVA 2024. You know, better if I hit apply, okay? You hit apply, it goes to 0, right? And this is our gift to all of you. Put in NACVA 2024. Now, I'll tell you before you get upset, this is a normal form, and this all of the information for card numbers and all that is a requirement to make it go. So you got to put it in, but it's not going to charge you a dime, okay? It will be 0. And now you have the ability to have a full program live that you can start generating literally hundreds of thousands of dollars, start training your staff and start putting things together. And if that wasn't worth the price of admission and sitting here, I don't know how else to help you. But it's our gift to you. It is Christmas time. Congratulations. It's about our legacy to help all of you. We've been helping for 30 years. We're not going to stop, and we're going to make this thing pretty special. The choice is yours if you want to participate and come along. We'd love to have you, and we're going to go change the world. Thank you. There's one more thing real quick, guys. Coachescorner.coach, okay? The sister site. Coachescorner.coach, upcoming events, okay? I want you to go on this site. There will be a new event for next Thursday. It'll be Q&A NACVA conference. Just hit the attend, okay? And you'll be able to come in for an hour of Q&A, answer some questions. But in the meantime, sign up, go through the site. That code is only good for 7 days. All right? 7 days. Now, Colin, is Colin here? Yeah. Is it 7 days from the time you started it or 7 days from today? It closes, when did it start? Do it as soon as possible. All right? 7 days. So here's the deal. It worked today, so it'll be a good idea. But for the most part, if you do have an issue, contact me and I will get you taken care of. Cusick at CusickVGValuationGroup.com. Okay? Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Spread the word.